During this COVID, was there any change in terms of incoming clients or behaviors or client behaviors? And if there's any tips of how we can handle our clients?
I think most of the audiences who is sitting right now in front of the camera listening to our conversations would definitely agree that during this period of time, I think in terms of the most significant change would be the budgeting, the marketing budget that is spent from every single dollars out of the pocket of the client side, right? So, very, very honestly, a lot of people, a lot of companies, no matter you are SME or big enterprises, you are being more conservative in terms of spending a marketing budget. And in particular, video is not cheap, to be very honest, because if you involve so many people doing video shooting or involve somebody else to do the brainstorming, no matter it's pre-production, post-production, again, as I just mentioned, it is people business. So if you involve a lot of team members into the whole production stage, there will be, salary incurred. There will be a lot of like equipment you need to rental, post-production. You need to spend a few dollars doing a kind of like a software upgrade or spending a lot of manpowers to do all the post-production. And it's all money. So I believe that the most significant change will be the budgeting. And so right now it's actually, so this is where I'm coming from. So whenever you face the challenges of the client saying that, hey, I really have this limited budget, but I really need to do certain things, stuff like that. So you really need to sit down and then to, ask yourself a big questions, whether I can help the client or not. And YC, I completely agree with you. And I really, really like the way that you share your portfolios across different, I would say, your working partners, in a sense like, hey, if this is something that out of my control or something that after my evaluations and my self-evaluations, I don't think it's something that I can, fulfill the client's needs, I would just pass along and give them counter suggestions to, pass along to my working counterparts to see whether they can do it or not. This is a very, very generous, yet a very good way to build up the relationships with your clients, because actually you're not saying no to the clients. Actually, you're giving them options, as I just mentioned, options to them to see, hey, you know what, there's a better option for you. But of course, there's one more thing I would like to address is to, even during this period of time, COVID-19, I think as an entrepreneur or as a owner for certain things of like a video production, something like YC and myself, is you need to be brave and then to be confident in yourself and let the people who come to you and ask for support and then you give them suggestion like, hey, this is something I really think that I can help you, and be confident. Whenever the client saying no to you, just be confident and let them know that this is the way that you feel, that the way you thought is the best solutions for them, is the best one at this certain moment of time, at this budgeting. And then afterwards, let the clients rethink about that. If he or she accepts that would be perfect, then we can work along. But if no, doesn't mean that it's going to be a dead end, doesn't mean that. It's just like at this moment of time, your relationship with the client need to put a pause, just a pause. Who knows? Because maybe after several period of time, later on we will come across with the same client. He or she is actually changing his or her career to another company. Maybe there's another need, and maybe because of your braveness, because of your self-confidence, and counter proposing something to the person that you talked to him previously, he or she remember that, and then later on he will find that your uniqueness of your business, in terms of your business. So they will come back and look for your support. So again, COVID-19 changed everything, changed the business perspective, changed the budgeting, changed the clients, I would say, perspective in looking their needs for creating videos, and also changes our mindset too. Changes as a video creator or video producer, how we can deliver something differently to different clients, right? We are not just talking about focusing on big enterprises. We're talking about SMEs. We're talking about sole proprietor. They are also all looking for different level of video supports at this stage. So why don't us also be open and then keep our open mind, keep an open hearted to look for things that we may find it suitable for different clients. And then once we get a chance to talk to them, try to listen first. I always remind myself to shut my mouth and then to listen. I hope that I do a pretty good job at this podcast by listening to YC. So listening is a very important element. So I don't know how you feel, YC. What do you think?
I think you summarized very well in terms of how you should handle clients and how the demographic and the psychographic of clients have changed. And we do have to change as a business model to pivot ourselves to understand like what they actually need. And this is why the listening comes in. Like we really had to sit down and really understand, because ultimately you want the best for your clients. You don't just want to just deliver whatever they think they want. Situations where I share my ideas and end up after sharing like each other's vision and goals, or at least my clients' vision and goals. I told them that, hey, you don't even need this. Like at this point of time, you think you need this, but actually you can save some money by doing another digital marketing aspect of things. Video is definitely in the future pipeline, is definitely not as of now. And they should focus on certain aspect. And I was like redirect them to like one of my digital agency friends that they were running, and end up they took over the account and they managed to do something out of it. And from there, I might not have the money, I might not have the business, but hey, but at the very least, they got what they want. And to me, I felt like it's a matchmaking of a process. If they could matchmake into my business goals for them, then definitely we can definitely do something about it. The clients are looking for, or I would say like clients are looking for long-term content creation to that aspect, partly also because we are all slowly digitalize our business. So the way is like, how can I do it cheap, but to do it consistently that can pay off for itself. And I think it's a great shift of mindset, but it's also very dangerous if you don't know how to navigate. I think this is another topic for another session, because I think talking about psychographic, I think it's like a whole new thing.
Very true.
But I would navigate through maybe this last point would be